Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I am always hanging with that bossy beeves. We're going to dive right into a collective message around the Divine Masculine Collective. I'll probably do a couple of readings today. The first reading I want to get through is this feeling of anxiety, just feeling down, okay? And where I feel it's coming from is the level of awareness that many of them are now feeling. And it particularly has to do with the sensitivity of just picking up on other people's energy. Okay, I feel like a lot of the divine masculines are like, I don't know what to do with this other than isolate. Okay, and that is what I feel has a lot to do with them feeling a little bit down and anxiety, because I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, they're not used to sitting still. And many of them, I feel like they are seeking answers, okay? They want to know what the hell is going on with them. Many of them could be craving to communicate with you, Divine Feminine, because you tend to soothe this feeling of losing themselves, okay? Losing control. And that's because I feel like many of you bring the wisdom to them, okay? There's nobody else in their circle that they can turn to right now. So that's why many of you may be picking up on their energy very, very strongly at this time. It's like you know exactly what to say to help them through the really heavy times during ascension. And I feel like they don't want to admit that this is what they're experiencing and going through. But ideally, like, a lot of them are silently acknowledging that this is what's happening. In regards to karmic cycles, many of them are feeling a lot of regret for choosing the same cycle, thinking that there was going to be a different outcome, and it's the same damn shit that they're going through. So I do feel like a lot of them they're just not in a good place. It's like really having to lay in the bed that you made for yourself, and you consciously made these decisions, jumping into these, I guess, specific like timelines, or like the way I see it is this path. And I see the path going straight, and it's almost like the energy of feeling so sure of themselves that they've blocked the divine feminine off. They don't have to deal with a lot of these experiences that they've been having since they met you. And I feel like the exact opposite happened. They chose to block you off, and then the path started going like this. And that's what I've been feeling. Like, a lot of the divine masculines, they feel a sense of loss without you. Many of the divine feminines as well. I think that a lot of you felt this in the form of detachment. You weren't feeling their energy, but many of you are gifted with the ability to alchemize this feeling because of the wisdom that you have. But a lot of the divine masculines don't have wisdom on how to alchemize a lot of the anxiety, and I want to say depression, like, because I really do feel it energetically. Like, I've been having to do the 478 technique and just really sending it out into the collective, like, just breathe, like, everybody just chill. Everybody's gonna be okay. Okay, but that's what I feel like is happening with the divine masculines. It's like they really need to communicate with you to I don't know, like, some of you might have a sense of humor right now, or you may just be in this like really jolly kind of like, it's all good, it's all okay, and they want some of that. They need some of that so that they can feel grounded again, like they're gonna be all right. Okay, so if a lot of you have been picking up on this anxious energy, it is because they realize like they made a mistake. The karmic situations are bothering them because I feel too like a lot of them are still holding on to their pride and admitting that they made a mistake, but it's like it's the energy is seeping through, like it's leaking out is what I'm hearing. Okay, so the karmic situations right now, if a lot of your masculines are still involved, I feel like those towers are I talked about this in a previous reading. These towers are coming apart, but I feel like it's not falling and everybody's like, oh my god. I feel like it's your divine masculines going and like starting to dismantle the tower themselves, because they're like, listen, like, if I don't do this, it's going to be another repeat of the same year. Like 2025 is going to be just another year of them having the same kind of realizations. And what I mean by that is I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, like, with the clarity that's happening, the awareness, like, they're starting to see people's feelings, intentions, their emotions. They're seeing things in their dreams. I feel like a lot of the divine masculines are like, whoa, I've never dreamt or been able to remember my dreams. Now all of a sudden, like, I wake up with the most vivid, intense visions, and the feelings stay with me all day. It's because it's part of awakening. It's part of seeing the truth. I forgot what I was going to say, but let's get into the cards and see what your divine masculines want to communicate to you just with all of this energy that they're feeling. What do they want you to know at this time, Divine Feminine? And many of you could be picking up on this already. It's like even the title of the reading may be a huge validation of the things that you've been feeling or sensing. Okay, have compassion for yourself, but don't feel sorry. Okay, big message for the Divine Masculines, okay? Because this is what they're needing to get out of. Forgiving themselves. I feel like that is what is bumming them out or making them feel really down, is that they need to forgive themselves for making this decision to go back into a certain cycle that it's causing even more like hardships for them than rewards. I think that they thought that they were going to get rewarded. Okay, but they are having to be soft on themselves right now. Drink lots of water and do lots of breathing and get out in nature, Divine Masculines, because I do feel something else that you guys are fighting against as well is like this addiction to like scrolling, okay? And that's coming from a place of just needing to find answers, but also too like loneliness. They don't want to be alone with their thoughts, so they think by filling it with constant like being in the feed of something that it'll help soothe them, right? And that's why the dreams are more intense. It's because they're not giving themselves the time in the day to really process what is happening or what's going on. I feel like some of them don't want to believe that they're awakening, or that this whole big shift in people waking up and seeing things for themselves and the truth. They didn't want to believe that that stuff existed for real, you know? But now I feel like it's happening so much around them in the public world that many of them are backtracking now, and like they're sorry that they ever doubted you or misjudged you. I feel like a lot of the things that are happening now, many of you gave them forewarnings that these kind of things were going to start happening, right? Like the fall of the karmic towers and just gaining clarity. You know, people who once seemed like they were kind of crazy and cuckoo, including you, Divine Feminines, for a lot of the spiritual beliefs that many of you were holding at the time when you connected with your Divine Masculine. I feel like now is they're starting to see a lot of that truth that you were maybe talking about, you know, 2-3 years ago. For some of you, it could be longer, right? A lot of you have had clarity about the karmic towers that are falling now, just out in the world, period. And I feel like when you connected with your Divine Masculine at the time that you did, you were trying to bring a lot of this wisdom and knowledge to them at a time that they didn't understand the language. Okay, they didn't understand the language. They weren't there yet. Okay, so many of them they're feeling sorry for themselves. That's why a lot of you might be picking up on that feeling of anxiety, like depression, like just really not knowing what direction to go in. You made them see a side in themselves that needs healing. Okay, so this could be also why many of them are feeling the need to isolate. Sorry, I just want to check if there's 2 cards, but there's not. Many of them may be feeling the need to isolate as well. And this healing goes really deep, guys. Like I feel like the healing has a lot to do with isolation. Many of them are being very careful about what it is they're consuming now. I feel like a lot of the Divine Masculines are really sick and tired of being tired, like energetically just drained and tired and confused, and not having just the authority and clarity that they need to make a lot of necessary changes in their lives. And I feel like this energy is just starting to unravel, or many of them are just starting to feel the fire under them that says, you know, nobody else is going to get you out of this except for you, right? Like that's why they're having to not feel sorry for themselves, because a lot of them are wallowing around in their self-pity, not knowing what direction to go in, when I think that they just need to, you know, pull up their socks and really level up in a sense. And that's what a lot of the Divine Masculine collective is going through, is many of the Divine Feminines came here to show them, like, you cannot live in your emotions. You're meant to experience them, yes, but you can't stay there with masculine energy. Masculine energy is always moving, okay? So again, this could be why many of them may be wanting to communicate with you very, very much at this time, okay? You made them see a side of themselves that needs healing. They may want to communicate this to you as well, as a way of finding healing themselves. I feel like a lot of them want your forgiveness for misjudging you the way that they did. They might have ostracized you, pushed you away, really burned bridges on this connection with you, Divine Feminine. highly irritated with the Karmic Collective right now as well, because they blame the Karmic Collective for a lot of the illusions that they've been under. Okay, mind you, many of them are taking accountability and responsibility for the choices that they made as well. But a lot of that anger, irritation, rage, maybe some of you have been feeling a lot of rage, a lot of petty energy, just really wanting to like give it to someone or stick it to someone. I feel like that is your Divine Masculine Collective letting out that anger towards the Karmic Collective, which is like, I've been so disillusioned by the truth. A lot of the Divine Masculine Collective, they're standing up against dark feminine energy, manipulative feminine energy. Many of them are becoming resilient to the tactics as well that a lot of the dark feminine energies have used to control, and that belong to the Karmic Collective as well. Okay, so that's why a lot of them are drained and tired, but they're starting to piece things together. I feel like a lot of them are realizing, like, it's you. Like, it's you who's draining me. It's not the situations we go through. It's not, okay, let's pack up and move, and maybe in this country it'll be like a different vibe. I feel like this karmic person has always made it seem like the Divine Feminine was the problem, and if we get away from that area, or if we stay away, then things will be okay. But it's just gotten worse. It's gotten worse. And I feel like what a lot of your Divine Masculines are seeing is they have to like free themselves. Okay? Don't be fooled by my karmic provocation. Right? This is why a lot of you aren't to be deceived by anything going on social media. I feel like the karmics love posting stuff on social media, just to prove a point or just to show something. But the sad part about it is that when you have the gift of intuition, like, you can see through it all. Right? So it's almost like they put themselves in hot water by really trying to cause a reaction or stir a reaction, and then they end up revealing the truth. So then it kind of demonstrates, to the Divine Feminine that, wait a second, that's fake. Like, I can see it. Okay. I know how to, I know what the illusions are, So many of you are not being fooled. You're just continuing to detach. A lot of you have realized the karmics were pulling on your energy because they needed your energy to feel sustained in this connection with the Divine Masculines. A lot of you experienced as well coming together with your Divine Masculines, whether it be physical, intimate, whatever the case was, and then witnessing your Divine Masculine take this energy, give it to the karmic, watching the karmics try to take this wild energy and glow up with it, and then they just, boom, crashed. Okay, because there's certain things that come along with being able to maintain that Empress energy, right? And connection to source is number one, right? You can have the Empress energy, you could steal it all you want, but do you know how to maintain it through your faith and through your belief in source? No, because half of these karmics don't even believe in a connection to source, which is what they have the masculines caught up in. But I do feel like a lot of the Divine Masculines, again, they're being forced to piece things together because their physical body cannot stand it anymore. Like, they're becoming depleted. I see a lot of the Divine Masculines as well don't know, like, if something's physically wrong with them. A lot of them are starting to question, like, am I sick? Like, is something wrong with me? But when they go to the doctor and it checks out that everything is fine with them, that's when their mind goes wandering and backtracking into the conversations that you've had with them. A lot of you who have social media platforms and read tarot and do all these things, now is the time a lot of your Divine Masculines are tuning in. Before, you were a laughingstock, okay? Before, you were a laughingstock. Now your Divine Masculines tuned in, and their whole community is tuned in to everything that you're saying. Why? Because it took years for everybody to start seeing the truth that you've been talking about, Divine Feminine, okay? The last card here is, lately I can't sleep because I feel like you're not okay. I have a lot of these moments, okay? And what they mean by not okay is, like, you're detached. Like, I'm not okay with you, okay? They can feel a sense of you being done, and I feel like that had to happen, Divine Feminines. Like, I feel also, too, a lot of your guides stepped in, and I've mentioned this in past readings, but a lot of your guides who weren't supposed to break certain codes and come so close to you in this lifetime, they did. Okay, they did for the sake of not wanting you to repeat certain cycles, and also to have your Divine Masculines pull on your energy or take more of your energy, okay? Many of the Divine Feminines piece things together as well. That's why a lot of you cut communication off cold turkey with your Divine Masculines and never went back, because you're like, you bitch, you've been stealing my energy. Like, I can see this karmic here, you know, waddling all over the place trying to carry this heavy crown, and they can't. You know, I see what you're doing. So a lot of you started realizing like a lot of the deeper spiritual things that were happening to you on the journey as well. And so just by having that realization, I feel like many of you really found the courage, and a lot of your guides as well. When your spirit guides and ancestors saw people stealing from your energy, that's when I feel like some of you had guides who were like, hold my damn earrings. Like they were just like, nah, like somebody hold my earrings, you know? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw my earrings across the table. Like, I'm surprised this one didn't get up and was like, what are you doing? I feel like that's what happened, guys, okay? You guys were not okay, and it started to affect your divine masculine. They started to take from your energy, give it to a karmic person. Then you started to feel the effects of it, but what the karmic person didn't realize was that your divine masculine would started to feel the effects of energy being taken as well. Why? Because twin flames are connected, right? You try to take from the divine feminine, you will also deplete the divine masculine. So this is why they started piecing things together. They couldn't sleep beside the karmic partners, They started getting all of these weird vibes, energy, and like I said, many of them started going to the doctor to get checked out because they were starting to physically feel ill. Like I hear a lot of them being like, I need space from you, okay? And they wanted to check if that energetic space between them and the karmic would make their health improve or feel better in some way. And I feel like it has, okay? And it's a really crazy epiphany that many of them are having at this time. Goodness, 16 minutes in. Okay, let's get some tarot on it. And I honestly, guys, I want to pull cards for the divine masculines, even if like they're listening in, or many of the divine feminines are like, damn, like, yeah, I feel this energy coming through. Let's go ahead and raise our vibrations, guys, and get some insights on what it is just the collective itself needs to be focused on, okay? What does the collective need to be focused on? Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. That's a major arcana as well, okay? So being able to look at things from a different perspective. Take a pause, take a time out, turn the situation upside down, okay? This is what I feel like a lot of the divine masculines are needing to do. The Hanged Man as well also represents abstinence, okay? So that's why I feel like they really needed to take a break from the karmic situations, okay? And this could come in all kinds of different forms, guys. Take it how it resonates in terms of what it means to be, like what that karmic means to you. It's like the first person that comes to mind when you think of that when I say it for your divine masculine. But this Hanged Man is all about, for me, in my opinion, sobering up, okay? Sobering up, and they're getting a lot more clarity. That's why many of them, they may be feeling ill as well because, like, they don't have the desire to numb, okay? Now, with that as well comes obvious withdrawals, okay? Now, while they're all going through this clarity, they can't be around the karmic because I feel like while they're trying to get rid of all of these energies that are keeping them down, a lot of the spirits, the spirit of depression, the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of procrastination, again, it's making me think of Ghibli studio movies where, like, if you guys watch Spirited Away, you'll see what the spirits look like when they kind of, they're there, but they're kind of, they have this like transparent look to them, kind of see-through, but they're there, okay? I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, this is the big epiphany that many of them are having. If I take space from this karmic situation and I start to feel better with my health, like my mentality, like my spirituality, then I feel like a lot of them are starting to piece together like what's been happening, okay? It's not only the divine feminines who have been under attack by this karmic, it's the divine masculines as well, okay? So that's what I have for you guys for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys want to connect with me one-on-one for a personal reading, check me out on Wizio or Hipsy. It's all found in the description box, usually in the community section as well. I would love to have you guys. If you guys want more in-depth readings as well, maybe somewhat on the juicier sides, I do have my 18+ extended readings in the membership section. All right, so until next video, see you guys soon. Bye!